Hi guys, I just want to hop on here this morning to remind people you really need to watch what you say and do, because you can get somebody killed, hurt, having to go through the court system, having to be arrested, searched over your foolishness. I just got through watching a video where a man was arrested because he threw hot coffee in a teen's face because he had to wait on his food. I had an incident a few years ago, and thank goodness it didn't go left like it could have. I lived in Texas at the time, Irving, Texas, and I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken one night on Beltline. And when I went, I placed my order. I pull up to the window and I told them that my previous order on another visit, the chicken wasn't all the way done. And I asked them, can you please make sure my chicken is done this time? They says, okay, no problem. We'll give you an extra piece too. Good for me, right? Okay. They asked me to pull up. I pull my van up and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting on my food. The person behind me, they pull up, they get their food, and as they're pulling off, they blow at me and they're saying something, all angrily and everything. And I'm sitting here like, what is wrong with them? Haven't done anything. I'm just sitting here waiting on my food. Well, anyway, the employees, they bring out my food to me. And I says, do y'all know why that man was blowing at me? They says, yeah. He asks, why were you sitting there? And we told him you were waiting on your food. I says, okay. And they says, but he said, no, she has a bomb in her van. And I went, what? A bomb? What makes him think I got a bomb in my van? And we said, no, sir, she's waiting on her food. I got my food and I'm pulling off the lot. As I pull off the lot and I'm driving down the street, I see all of these police cars coming up the street. And I keep going. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, I know they're not going to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Sure enough, I look back, they go on Kentucky Fried Chicken's lot. And I said to myself, really? This idiot called the police. He called the police and told them I had a bomb in my van. Now, had they not brought my food out to me when they did, and all of these police cars pulled on the lot, and I'm black, they'd have surrounded my van, they'd have pulled me out of the van, threw me down on the ground, without asking any questions, possibly handcuff me and search my van. All because some idiot who's mad, cantankerous or whatever, called them and told them that I had a bomb in my van. People need to stop being stupid. People need to stop lying on others because of whatever mental capacity that they have. I have a neighbor who lives up under me. And from the time I have moved in this building, this woman with her lying lips has said all kind of things about me. When I first moved in, I hadn't even been here a week. She walks like she got boots on. And she plays her TV too loud. The assistant manager says something to me. And I says, well, I walk like I walk, but I don't think I walk like I have boots on. And I says, and as far as the TV, I don't own a TV. I had just moved into my apartment. My belongings were still in Texas. And even in Texas, in my storage, I didn't have a TV. And I said, so I don't know what she's hearing. This woman has complained since I've been in this apartment. I've been in this apartment a year and a half and about to renew my lease for the third year. And until I decide to move out, she's going to either have to deal with it or move to the third floor. I'm 63 years old. I had a young friend who moved from Texas also, following someone else. And when we left Texas, because her and the other person helped me drive my moving van here. And when we left Texas, I told this young lady's mom I would make sure she was okay, because we both knew that she was just coming here following that other person. She would come over to my house from time to time to do laundry or just to sit and talk because she got involved with this guy. It's a whole big mess. And she would come over to my apartment sometimes and she would spend the night. You know, when someone tells a lie on you that they know is a lie, and when they defaming your character, you just really want to hurt that person. Well, 3 weeks ago, I'm downstairs and the assistant manager calls me into her office and she asks me, what was the problem with me and the lady downstairs? I said, I don't have a problem with her. She has one with me. She says, well, she's been complaining to me. This is a new assistant manager. She says, well, she's been complaining to me. And she told me that you're making too much noise and that she's heard you up there having sex all night with your friend. I went, what friend? What is she talking about? I'm not having sex with anybody. She says, she's talking about your female friend. Guys, do you realize how I felt? This woman telling me this mess that this woman has said. I was so upset. And I says, why would she say something like that? I'm 63. My friend is 30-something. I ain't never been into any woman. I've never laid with any woman. And this heifer is still messing with me. I was downstairs the other day getting food, and she was just looking. Yesterday or the day before, I was leaving out. Me and one of my other neighbors were going to the store. I came off the elevator. She's coming down the house. She was trying to get my attention. I looked at that heifer like she had lost her mind and went on out the door. And I said to myself, why do people think that they can just continue to say things and do things and mess with you and think it's okay? For the last 2 or 3 weeks, all kind of noise been going on because she told the manager one day I was making so much noise, and the manager said, and other people said that they heard it too. And I just looked at her. I was like, oh, okay. I'm sitting up here Thursday night. Me and my craft buddy, we are sitting down working on some crafts. I'm recording it like I normally do for my DIY channel. And she starts hitting on the ceiling. My craft buddy, she looks at me, she said, what's that? I said, I told you, my downstairs neighbor. I said, she been making all kind of noise for the last couple of weeks. I said, so I guess she's going to run into the office and say it's me, and others can say, yeah, I heard it too. I said, I'm just waiting. I said, it's because she's so ignorant. I don't know what her problem is with me. I says, but the fact that she's so ignorant, she going to keep it up. And she going to get caught in her own foolishness. because you don't mess with a child of God and think you're going to continue and continue and continue. This woman has tried to get into my apartment. When I first moved in, she came and knocked on my door and told me, I'm going to show you how to set up your apartment. And I says, no, you're not. I've been keeping the house for years, honey. I don't need you to show me how to set up my house. And I closed my door. She's come up here on a couple of occasions, trying her best to get in my apartment. And I won't even open my door for her, and she's pissed. I ain't letting this heifer in my house. This woman complained and complained and complained about the last people that lived up here. And although we have a new manager, you mean to tell me she can't understand that this woman is lying on me? But you know what? The power of prayer is something else. Because I've had people in my past who call themselves doing harm or using me. And I have 2 people right here in Las Vegas that God has shown them who he is when it comes to me. So people, let me tell you something. When you messing with a child of God, regardless of how you feel about that person, the Bible says the prayers of the righteous availeth much. Remember that. Be blessed, guys.